This coverage is brought to you by Rami Rent.
Hello and welcome back to round 2 back 9 coverage of the FPO lead card of the Estonian Open. This is European Pro Tour stop number 4, and I'm your lone host today, Nate Perkins, the Perks of Disc Golf. We're at the Kurvema Disc Golf course about an hour outside of Tallinn, and we've got a pretty tight battle going on. We're exactly halfway through this tournament. Halfway through the second round here. Keiti, the Estonian champion, is currently leading by 2 strokes over Heidi, Laine, out of Finland. And we've got Kaidi and Tinja also just a few strokes back. I would say this back 9 is the more difficult of the 2 9s. Starting here with one of the shorter par 3s on the course, 81 meters. Slightly downhill at first and then slightly back uphill to a pretty flat green. Forehand is a popular play on this hole, also a gently turning backhand mid-range. And that needs to hold that turn, and yeah, she just hit it a little too nose up. If she kind of throws it on some Annie and gets that nose down, we would see that turn out of that disc. A safe little bid there from Heidi. And Katie just opting to lay that one up. Pars around, and we are moving on to the difficult hole number 11. 120 meters dead straight, maybe 5 meters across, and this basket is actually placed in front of another feature from World War II. This is actually one of the bunkers where they would hide a Soviet tank. So really, really kind of historic land here in Estonia. That is a sick line from Kaidi.
Yeah, all 11.
I've never seen Tinja play before this round, but she's definitely been impressive. She's got a lot of spin to her shot. She kind of squeaks through that right side and it gets way up there with Keiti. And Heidi puts this one on a rope. That is actually the best shot I've seen this tournament on that hole, men or women. That was incredible. This is pretty tricky over here on this left side. You see how many trees she actually has to work with, and she does find the circle. Tinja kind of rolling down into that bunker. And that is unfortunate. That would have been a spectacular birdie here on the 11th. Yeah, really nice par save there. It's quite nice lighting that we have here. The light just kind of filtering through the dense forest. Really a beautiful place to play disc golf. Definitely deserving as one of the stops on this European Pro Tour. We actually played this same course at the Estonian Open in 2019, the last rendition of this event. Okay, a hole 12, 106 meters. You can't see the pin from the tee. This fairway kind of bends from left to right. Almost a little S as it comes back into the left just a little bit. Pretty tough basket to park. You see a lot of people putting on this one from that 10 meter short or 10 meter right. Just because of the shape. It's tough to turn one over and get it to flex back to really park this one. And that back wall of trees kind of comes up pretty quick. And that's a beautiful line, and she's right at that 10 meter short mark. and Heidi kind of overturning that one. Oh, look at that basket. Oh, circle 2 make for Tinja. Running it back. Right on the pole. Just bounces off the nubs. Our first birdie here on this back 9. Let's see if Keiti can extend her lead here. Can we run that one back too and watch how it just danced on the rim for a minute? So 2 birdies here on the 12th. All right, hole 13, 108 meters. This, again, you can't quite see the pin from this tee. These trees on the right really are hard to beat if you're trying to park this hole. And at this distance, these players are going to need to throw, somewhat flippy. And that is inside the circle. That is a super impressive shot. And Tinja putting a nice line on it, hyzering off a little early. And just teeing off right over the Disc Golf Stream banners. Disc Golf Stream is producing live coverage of all the European Pro Tour events, lead card action of the MPO and FPO, as well as post-produced coverage in Finnish commentary, as well as English commentary. I do believe that they are on a path to exponentially grow the sport of disc golf in Europe, and I'm happy to play a small role in that here. And Heidi playing some very conservative golf. I think par is actually decent here at Corvema. She may need to turn it on just a bit if she wants to keep up with Keiti right here, who is actually right outside the circle. Boom! Another birdie back to back. She is 4 under for the event. All right, hole 14. Very unique hole here. Total horseshoe. You want to place this first shot right around here. And then from there, you have another kind of straight, slight left to right finishing shot. There is some OB that is deep right that kind of just prevents you from blasting this turnover. You really kind of have to set this one down around the corner. And there is a mandatory on that right side that is kind of in everyone's mind. You do not want to find yourself in that restricted space. That might be just short of the corner, forcing her into another turnover shot rather than a straight shot. And that's just a little short of the corner, and you can see kind of she's going to have a little bit of a pinched angle. Oh, and that's too tight, and she needs some help. Oh, and she does get some help. That might have been close to missing the Mando. And she's just pitching this one around the corner. Yeah, and Keiti was also a little too pinched and just opts to lay that one up around the corner. Oh, and what a tragic kick. She finds the OB on the left side after choosing to attack this green. Oh, and Heidi just kind of punches that one straight. What a shot. She's going to at least give herself a chance at making a par here. And Keiti nearly finding that same OB. Wow, and Heidi finds the par save here, getting a look at it, just stands still, climbs up and over the rim. So 14 was actually playing as the third hardest hole on the course. 0 birdies thus far on the 14th. And a great putt from just outside the circle for her bogey. And this is Keiti for bogey. Very tough hole for our leader. All right, moving into hole 15. It's a par 3, 130 meters. Wall of trees in the way, forcing players to kind of throw high if they want to attack this one. There is OB on the left and the right, but this fairway is pretty wide. Tinja kind of playing a conservative flat to hyzer shot over there on that right side. All right, so all four of our competitors opting to go with that kind of safer shot on the right side. Oh, pretty tricky spot here. Oh, she's going forehand roller. Yeah, she just got super spinny shots. Pretty fun to watch. Yeah, well thrown from Keiti. Yeah, somewhat of a tough bogey for Heidi to take on the 15th. She is still just 3 strokes back of the lead.
Whether you're out playing a tournament or just hanging out with friends, don't let your grip cost you strokes out on the disc golf course.
Aaron, try this.
When you have a better grip on your discs, you have the confidence to perform your best with each throw and every putt. Whale sacks are whale-shaped grip bags designed to dry your hands so you can trust that you have the best grip on your disc. Get a whale sack, because better grip means better confidence.
All right, hole 16, another 120 meter shot that is nearly dead straight. You've got some early trees on the left and the right, these late ones on the left, and then this one last guardian that's right at the 10 meter circle. And we did see Keiti actually birdie this during round 1. I think Tinja definitely has the speed to get it. Let's see what shape she opts for. And she just starts that a little wide and catches one of those early trees. That one on the left in particular, I think, is in the mind of a lot of players as they're throwing this shot, because at 120 meters, you kind of want to throw a flex. It's hard to really cover the ground if you start it on hyzer or flat, so you kind of have to test those trees to really attack this one. And there is that little bitty flex. Our camera guy likes it. What do you guys think? And Keiti is throwing a latitude 64 grace on this hole. Oh my goodness. Heidi has a ton of power. I mean, that was all flat to hyzer, and she's past the pin, just 5 meters away for a spectacular birdie. Yeah, really well thrown approach and a very clutch shot right there. I mean, with Heidi just 5 meters away, she cannot risk taking a bogey here. And a really tough hole for Tinja. She's going to be looking at a double. That is a phenomenal birdie from circle 1. Really impressive. Probably the shot of the round. All right, hole 17, dead straight, 90 meters. Pretty narrow fairway, pretty dense rough too. Don't want to get too far left or right. And then there is OB long. Speed control is pretty important here. And then as you can see, we got a little elevated pin. Putts definitely have rollaway potential on this one. And that one just totally undercommitted, kind of fell out of her hand even. And that was a beautiful tee shot. Checks up. Yeah, that's about 5 meters right there, looking back up the hill. Yeah, she bleeds that one out a little early. She's going to have a decision to make. It's a pretty scary hole to run from up the hill. Oh, and gets through that last little tree right there, and she is parked. Yeah, and she smartly opts to lay that one up. Ah, that's a pretty tough misfire from 5 meters. All right, our final hole. It is 112 meters. Flying over this small lake. We've got saunas over there on the right. We've got the clubhouse behind this pin. And we do have a little bit of a slight right to left. Somewhat of a helping wind if you're trying to attack this one on a hyzer. Heidi definitely has the distance, but doesn't swing that one wide enough, and she's also going to have a decision to make from right there. She's probably at the 15-meter mark, and this green is slanted enough that we do see some rollaways here. Stay up. No, just high enough. And that one is just high enough to stay safe as well. And she will have that to stay at 2 under for the event. And Heidi does just opt to lay that one up, and we are going to have a pretty close game heading into the final round. Yeah, strong putt from Kaidi to finish. Shooting +1 for the round. Very respectable score here at Corvema. Taking a look at the leaderboard here, we are going to be sticking with the same foursome for the final round. Keiti Tätte is just going to have it 2 strokes over Heidi. Thanks so much for tuning in to this FPO coverage from European Pro Tour stop number 4. Give us a like, subscribe to the channel. Let's help disc golf grow in Europe. Leave me a comment. What's it like solo Perks of Disc Golf commentary? I'm having a good time. I hope you are enjoying this coverage, and we will see you for the final round coverage coming at you tomorrow.